this is Cookin' Recipe Organizer version 10 by DVO, but this is actually much more than just a basic recipe organizer. While it does do some things that a basic recipe organizer can do, as you can see, it comes with its own cookbook. Since I'm a vegetarian, I added a cookbook which I downloaded, and you can purchase several of them from them. And then I also have created my own recipe book that I'm starting as recipes I want to try. However, one of the things that I really love about this is that I can actually create a meal plan. For example, I've got Thanksgiving coming up, so rather than wait to the last minute or try to keep track of it all on a piece of paper, I'm going to create a meal plan right here. So I'm going to start by duplicating this meal plan, and I am going to call it Thanksgiving Dinner. And you want to duplicate your templates rather than overwriting them so that they're easier to reuse. So Thanksgiving dinner, and this is what I plan to have. So as you can see, it starts off and you have your main dishes, your appetizers. So I've already kind of decided some of the things that I want to have. So let's start here. I click over here on recipes I want to try, and I go to my desserts. So I've got this recipe for chocolate pecan pie, and I can just drag it right over here to desserts. And for beverages, I'm going to try this mulled apple cider for beverage for, like snacking on during the day. I haven't really decided on a side dish or a main dish as of yet. However, I do know what I want to have for a main dish. So I am going to search, and this will search the internet. And I want a vegetarian stuffed pumpkin. So let's see what it can come up with. And then I click search. So I want this recipe here, the pumpkin stuffed with vegetable stew. Now watch how easy it is to get this recipe, all right? So here's my recipe. I come up right up here to this little button that says capture, and this will import this recipe directly into my files. And there it is. And I can, of course, I can come down here and make this more legible. So there's my recipe. I want it, I can select the recipe book I want it in. I want it in the recipes I want to try, and I want it under my main dish recipes. And this says it makes 8 servings, so let's change this to 8. And it makes 1 stuffed pumpkin. So it says it takes about 7 hours over here. Apparently it takes about 1.5 to prep, so I'm going to say it takes about 6 hours to cook. So, and then I just hit the save button, and it has added that recipe. So now I can come back to my template, and then I go back to my main dish recipes, and I can drag that right over here. So now I'm going to save this Thanksgiving dinner. Now watch this. This is really interesting. So rather than having to go through each individual recipe and put together a shopping list, I can just click on list. And it has gone through all of the recipes that I have set aside for Thanksgiving dinner, and has organized them into fruits and vegetables under the beverages, canned and bottled. And you can edit this, like if you don't necessarily use a shilling fennel seed, you use something else, you can just double click it and edit all of that, or edit your brand information. And then I can go over here, right, from the shopping list, go to Nutritional Facts, and this is about what I've got so far as the calories go. And like some of these it didn't quite calculate, you can go back in and edit some of that. So that's one of the things I really like about it, as well as the ability to import recipes directly into your database with a minimal effort. You can add recipes by hand, of course, just by clicking new recipes, and you can tell it which recipe book you want to put it in. So, but going back to that pumpkin recipe, it's under my main dishes. There's my pumpkin stuffed with vegetable stew. As you can see, it even imported the picture, and I can come down here, and it imported where I got it from, the source, and I can click on that and it'll take me straight to the source. So if there's anything that I needed to double check on to make sure. So one of the other things I like is on the home page, and occasionally they have a featured recipe that you can click on and you can import that. They also keep you updated on whether or not there's new plugins that you can download, etc. So, and there's so much more that this recipe, that cooking recipe organizer can do. And I invite you to give it a try. I think that if you do, you'll really like it.